Visualize, visualize, visualize. If you possess the ability to influence anyone according to your desires, persuading your employer, having your companion concur with you, or even compelling a stranger to follow your lead, doesn't this seem like enchantment? This represents the most shadowy aspect of psychology, wielded by influential individuals. And today, you are going to acquire knowledge about it, but please listen attentively. This is solely intended for educational purposes. Do not misuse it because it is incredibly powerful, and understanding it will transform your mindset. You might not be fully prepared for it, but nevertheless, let's proceed and see. Now the game commences. Trick number 5, the illusion of choice. Have you ever pondered why individuals do not make decisions aligned with your desires? It's because they believe they are in control, but true experts present them with options that lead them to think in accordance with your strategy. Imagine you desire your friend to accompany you for an outing. If you straightforwardly suggest, "Let's go out," he might decline. However, if you provide him with alternatives such as, "Hey, would you prefer to visit Pizza Hut or Domino's?" The game has changed now. Now it feels to him that he is deciding on his own, but in reality, you have limited his choice, and he will say yes in any case. This is the technique used by big brands, businesses, and politicians. Give people the illusion of choice, but keep the real control in your hands. But wait, with the next trick, you can get anyone to say yes. Trick 4 is the yes ladder technique. If you want a big favor from someone, asking directly might get you a no. But if you start getting small yeses, then his mind will progressively start accepting your request. Consider how you desire promotion within your company. If you directly approach the boss and state, "Sir, I desire a promotion," the boss's reaction will likely be, "Not at this moment, let's evaluate next year." However, if you approach it with a yes ladder, begin by requesting a minor favor. "Sir, may I participate in this upcoming new client meeting? I want to gain experience." Now it's a somewhat larger step, sir. "May I assume additional responsibilities for this particular project?" At this point, the boss is accustomed to affirming, "Sir, might I participate in the leadership development workshop? This will significantly enhance my abilities." The ultimate step, sir, is that I have undertaken extra responsibilities this year, and the clients are quite satisfied as well. Is there a possibility you might submit an application for my promotion? What will occur now? The boss has already affirmed 3 to 4 times, so it will be challenging for him to decline your promotion request. He will also recognize that you have progressively demonstrated your value and have become deserving of a promotion. This is the strategy that salespeople, politicians, and leaders employ. Get people into the habit of saying small yeses, then ask for a big favor. You can easily press anyone's guilt button. Individuals who journey with guilt are not consistently logical, yet they are undeniably emotional. And if you induce a sense of guilt in someone, they will be inclined to concur with you. For instance, if you wish to borrow someone's vehicle, refrain from asking directly, "Hey, can I borrow your car?" A significant majority, around 90%, will decline. Instead say, "Hey, I've always been there to assist you. Recall when I lent you our 2000 previously. Need a quick favor?" You might get the car. The other person will feel guilty because they took your help before and they won't be able to say no. The next trick can change anyone's memory. The trick is false memory planting. Our memories are far from perfect. Our minds are not as consistently reliable as we often believe, and intelligent individuals take advantage of this vulnerability. If you consistently tell an individual a misleading statement, their mind may eventually start to accept it as the truth. Imagine a politician who aspires to win an election, yet his public image isn't particularly robust among the populace. In this scenario, he can employ the technique of false memory planting to embed fictitious memories of his strength and popularity into the minds of the people. He might begin by stating things such as, "Back when there was significant unemployment in this city, I got 5,000 people jobs on my own." Next time, he will make a statement in the media, "Before our government came, people were in poverty, but we improved the economic situation of 70% of the people in the entire state." Now, he will say this in interviews with such confidence and details that people will start thinking, "Oh yes, maybe he really did that." Individuals' minds may eventually start accepting this falsehood as the truth, and they might even consent to vote for this politician without conducting much thorough fact-checking. This is precisely how the false memory planting technique operates. Now, prepare yourself for trick number 1. Trick number 1 is the power of silence. The less you speak, the more control you have. Why does psychology say there's power in silence? People often think the speaker is powerful, but true strength lies with the one who listens and masters staying quiet. When we stay silent, the other person begins to feel fear, discomfort, and insecurity. It is an inherent tendency of human beings to feel uncomfortable silence by speaking. How can this be applied? Imagine you suspect a friend of stealing and wish to extract the truth from them. Avoid directly asking, "Did you steal?" as this will likely cause defensiveness. Instead, assert, "I know everything," and then maintain silence. The longer you stay silent, the more nervous the other person will become and will end up revealing the truth themselves. And when trying to negotiate a discount, don't ask if you can get a 30% discount. The other person might outright refuse, but instead say, "You'll get a 30% discount, right?" Then stay silent. This trick is very powerful in sales. As soon as you remain silent, the other person will agree to close the deal themselves when you want to win a debate. If a friend or adversary is presenting any argument in a debate, rather than countering, simply gaze into their eyes with a gentle smile. The other individual will begin to question their own stance and inadvertently undermine their own argument. To demonstrate your significance, it's wise to speak less and contemplate thoroughly before you articulate your thoughts. Listen closely, as this might be our only chance to meet. Think about joining CoreMind to gain skills to influence and control others.